What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you guys all about a Christmas themed collab that I hosted this December. So I'm currently filming on Christmas Eve. I believe this video is going to be coming out on the day after Boxing Day. So we are all thoroughly immersed in the Christmas spirit. You might have watched my Halloween collab, but in between the Halloween and the Christmas collab, I also did a fairy collab. And for that fairy collab, I designed a set that was three-dimensional. So I used two studio backdrops to make a box, and then I used a combination of other studio backdrop poles and broom handles across those to create a kind of grid. And from that grid, I hung a bunch of plants and other shiny objects and just, you know, things that would give this kind of enchanted forest vibe. And that worked out pretty well. I liked a lot of the shots that I took in that collab, but I wanted to do it a little bit better, and I wanted to do it again. So, for my Christmas collab, I came up with this idea that was gold. And I just wanted to do gold. I wanted everything to be gold. And so, I wanted it to have like gold foreground, gold background, gold baubles, just this overwhelmingly gold set. And I had this idea for it to be three-dimensional in the same way that my Fairy Cave collab set had been three-dimensional. And the more I thought about it, the more obsessed I became with this idea of making this super gold set. I didn't want to buy too much firsthand. I didn't want to buy anything firsthand, but after going secondhand shopping quite a few times, I realized that if I wanted to actually like fill out the set, I would have to buy a few things firsthand. So that was one of the limitations that I set for myself. And the other limitation was that I'm not allowed to use any glitter in the studio because glitter is a menace and it gets everywhere. You will never clean up 5,000 of something minuscule that's everywhere. And that wound up being quite the limitation because when I'm out secondhand shopping, you know, Value Village, I find a lot of stuff that is really beautiful and it's gold, but it's gold because it's covered in gold glitter. And so I couldn't use any of that. So, with those two challenges in mind, I went out shopping. I went to 4 different secondhand stores. I went to this place on Main Street called Urban Source. They had these shiny gold backgrounds. I bought 2 of them. They're $5 each. And I bought a whole bunch of like dangly bits, and they had like all this tinsel and things like that. So, the day of, I show up and I've got baubles from the dollar store. I've got a few like beads and things from Canadian Tire, and I've got all of my sparkly dangly bits from Urban Source and like the churchy thrift store down the road. I show up and I'm in studio. And I showed up like an hour and a half early, and I thought in my naive mind that I would have both sets done. So the first set was gonna be gold. The second set was supposed to have these big boxes that I was planning to wrap like presents. So they would look like massive presents. And they're in this white cove area. I booked both rooms for this, so we had like huge studio areas to work with. But I got there an hour and a half early, and I spent the entire time setting up the gold set, and it took an hour and a half. I was still setting up when people were starting to arrive, so... So we didn't wind up wrapping the presents, but luckily, there were some presents already there. And the other photographer, Nick, amazing guy, Nick Scott, check him out on Instagram, he had like kind of this plan for the White Cove area. And so I just was like, okay, you light it, you figure that out. The White Cove will be your baby, and the gold area will be mine. So after setting up the gold area, I had like this red background behind it, so it would be kind of gold and red. I tried so hard to do a gold and red makeup look for this video, and it did not happen. I changed my makeup like literally 3 times. I was in the bathroom for like 45 minutes. No. Is it good? No. It's not good now either, but it's the best I'm gonna do. Anyway, so I had like a guest list, like a running tally of who I was coming, and a few days beforehand, a few of the makeup artists who I had been expecting pulled out, which meant that we had quite a few models. We had 6 models planned, and we only had 2 makeup artists. And so I checked in with the makeup artist, and I was like, hey, like you don't have to do all of them, and I brought some makeup for the models who weren't gonna get their makeup done. But luckily, our makeup artists, particularly Andrea, I think she did 4, they came in clutch. They did all of the makeup all throughout the day. So you'll see these amazing makeup looks, and honestly, like, other than the gold set, I think the makeup, no, probably the makeup looks make the photos, like by far. They did these incredible, like, green, red, gold, beautiful looks. Extremely talented people. I'll put all of the people involved in this collab down below in the description, so go check them out. But especially check out the makeup artists. They came in clutch for this. So, show up, day of. First guy there is Alejandro, and I've never actually shot with Alejandro before, and I've never had a male model at one of our ultimate collabs. So this is ultimate collab number 4. We've done Halloween, 80s, fairies, Christmas, and we have never had a guy, which like, shame on me. I should invite more guys to these. But he was awesome, and I had like this golden boy aesthetic in mind for him. I've got this golden velvet shirt that I bought last year for a photo shoot that I wanted to style, and like I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to style this shirt, and he showed up and I was like, golden boy. We shot him first in the gold set. Incredible. Then it was time for, I believe, Yaz. Yaz comes in and she's got like this like crazy white number that's like Snow Queen kind of, but like Snow Queen who's like more expensive than you, you know? So I shot Yaz and Alejandro together, then I shot just Yaz. And so for the photos with Yaz, and I really wish that I'd thought of this with Alejandro, I used this Doka light, which is this thing, just a little light panel, and it changes color. So it's got all these different color settings. And honestly, this is like $35. Very, very, very good product. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Anyway, so for the Yaz ones, I used this like red against her face, and it created this like really, really cool color contrast with the gold and the red and the white, which were the theme colors for the whole thing. So I became quickly obsessed with using this Doka light as like a side light. Then Jade comes in. It's time to shoot Jade. I shot Jade in the gold area. Jade had this like beautiful red kind of like editorial makeup, and we shot her with the gold, and then we went over and we kicked Nick out of the kind of white box area, and we shot in the white cove for a little while. And we had this boom lighting there, and then Nick had also set up these LED panels to kind of add some fill. And then I decided to shoot with Yaz here. So we got some great ones of Yaz sitting on these boxes. I just love that look, like the white, clean gold. Her makeup is like divine, her posing is on it. And then after Yaz, I shot with AC, who had this like crazy green makeup look on and this beautiful tight-fitting red dress. So obviously we got the red and green. And the shots I took with her, I thought needed something because she looks so intense and like banging in them, and then the background was just kind of like this weird murky color. So my favorite shot, maybe my favorite shot of the day, at least one of them, was this one where I shopped out the background and shaded it for like this nice dark kind of emerald foresty green. I think that looks excellent. Like, that is just so punchy. It complements her eye makeup, as Andrea, again, amazing work. That was definitely one of my like top shots of the day. Yo, okay, editing Yvonne here. I totally forgot to mention that I also shot with Maddie, who is one of the makeup artists. So she had this red dress that was really, really nice, really form-fitting. And I got 2 pictures that I really like of her from that set. So she was the 5th model I shot with, I think, and there were 7 total. And then it was time to shoot Alejandro again. All the ones that I took with Alejandro, I also tried shopping with the green, and like this was my favorite one of those. But I also tried this like kind of orange color, so here's the alternate edit. After Alejandro, we had like this really nice, just clean portrait set. He had to go, which was sad. Then we had Sheila and Isabella show up. So they were a little bit late. They came up like 3 or 3:30 or something, whereas the rest of the collab had started at noon. So I had already been shooting for quite a while at this point, and I was like, okay, you know what, let's do it. Let's power through it. I am gonna get all of the Christmas content that I could possibly need. So Sheila had 2 outfits, and she is a stylist. So if you guys don't follow Sheila's styles, go check her out. She's got some incredible outfits. She had like this red dress that was just like trendy. It has this really nice asymmetrical like lines. So we got some really fun pictures there with a little matching purse. And then while she was changing into her next outfit, I got Isabella on the white cove area, and Isabella had found this like skirt that I bought, and nobody had shot with the skirt yet, but I was like, I'll just do it next year. No, Isabella used it as a dress, and oh my god, it was so cute. Like we had to pin it at the back, and then she had like this little bow that one of the makeup artists had brought, and I was like, oh my god! It was adorable. It was actually like an adorable look. Then it was time for Sheila's second outfit, and her second outfit was more of like a New Year's Eve look, and it's good to have content for New Year's Eve kind of theme as well, because that's what we're gonna be thinking about. So we shot that, love that set. Then, now I'm exhausted. It's like 5 o'clock by now, right? I've been shooting for 5 hours. I've been in the studio for like 6.5 hours. And the last set, and it is Isabella, and we shoot Isabella with the gold set. Isabella did like, she was a champ. Like, we only had, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes, 35 minutes to shoot together, and she like banged out this whole set in like 35 minutes. She was like going, she's like such a dynamic model, right? This one though is my favorite, I think, of that last set. So yeah, overall, 7 models in one day was a lot. But I'm extremely happy with a bunch of the photos that I got. Go check out my website, YhansonPhotography.ca, if you want to see these pictures up. And you can also go check out portraits, because there's a bunch of them in the portraits as well. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you had a very merry holiday season. And I hope to see you guys in the new year, which, yeah, my next video is coming out in the new year. I have no idea what it's going to be, so I'll think about that. Anyway, thank you guys, take care, stay sharp, and don't forget to keep shooting.